Smart cities are not just about technology. They're about people, culture, and the power of innovation to enhance the quality of urban life. Take Seoul, for example. This is what its metro system looks like. Now, this might seem like a bare minimum setting until you compare the system to other big cities. So this is what the Tokyo metro system looks like. At first glance, this might appear similar to Seoul's, but for some weird reasons, this just isn't good enough. As opposed to the fact that Tokyo's landmass is 3 times bigger with a population density almost twice as much, Tokyo's metro system has only 9 lines that span 330 kilometers. And here's what it looks like. If you analyze Seoul's metro system, you'll discover 23 lines that span over 1,300 kilometers, providing comprehensive coverage across the city and its suburbs. So, what does it mean to live in a city like Seoul? To some, this means enhanced employment opportunities and free exchanges of ideas. To others, it means culture, wealth, and a rich history of the urban lifestyle. While you're wondering what makes the city so special, here's the simple answer. It's insanely unique design. This extensive network ensures that even the outskirts of the city are well connected. So, I think it's high time we explore the fascinating design of Seoul, the city of the future. For starters, Seoul has one of the best transport systems, with 768 stations all over the city. The stations are categorized into 6 main areas: South Chungcheong Province, Gangwon Province, Gyeonggi Province, Incheon, Seoul, and the special Seoul Metro Station hubs. As you may know, the subway runs from 5:30 a.m. to midnight or 1 a.m., but some lines close earlier. Back to the metro map, you'll notice 9 major lines in the design. See the dark blue line? This is the oldest line, and it goes from northeast to the southwest, hitting spots like Yongsan, Jongno, Dongdaemun, and Sinchang. As for the green line, this circular line loops around the city center and takes you to popular areas like Gangnam, Hongdae, and Sinchon. Meanwhile, the orange line runs east to west through the city center, connecting places like Jamsil, Apgujeong, and Gyeongbokgung. On the contrary, the sky blue is another circular line that intersects with Line 2, covering areas like Myeongdong, Dongjak, and Sadang. However, the purple line runs north to south, linking regions such as Jongno, Yudu, and Gangdong. The brown line travels east to west on the northern side of Seoul, serving places like Eungam, Itaewon, and Sangwon-guk. As for the olive green line, it connects the northwest to the southeast. It includes stops at Bupyeong, Gangnam-gu Office, and Jeongam. The pink line primarily serves the southeastern parts of Seoul. It covers areas like Amsa, Konkuk University, and Moran. While the gold line is another loop around the outskirts of Seoul, Line 9 connects several satellite cities like Gimpo, Gangnam, and Seongnam. However, Seoul's public transport is top-notch, clean, on time, and super accessible. As a matter of fact, getting around the city is easier than ever with several smartphone apps that give you real-time updates. With 22 subway lines and 302 stops all over the city, the metro system is a super efficient way to travel. Seoul's subway system is impressive, serving over 9 million people daily and around 2.5 billion passengers annually. It's ranked high globally for accessibility, connectivity, cost, and infrastructure. Residents and tourists love it for its extensive network, efficiency, punctuality, and ease of use. Navigating the subway is easy, even for first-timers. Signs are in Korean and English, and each of the 9 lines has its own color and number. The numbering system is especially helpful. Entry and exit points are clearly numbered, which is practical, since some are a 5-minute walk apart. You will also find numbers on the platform floors, in front of the train doors, and on the doors themselves, making boarding and exiting smooth and efficient. However, Seoul is a city surrounded by mountains and divided by the Han River. Like Tokyo, Seoul has several central business districts. The main ones are around Seoul Station near Namsan Park, Gangnam south of the river, and Yudo, the main finance and government district, with the National Assembly on an island in the river. The city is sprawling and decentralized, with neighboring cities like Incheon merging into a megalopolis. Songdo Smart City, for example, is a district within Incheon. If you're into skyscrapers, you will love the Lot World Tower, the world's 6th tallest, located in the southeast next to Lot World Theme Park and the Olympic Park from the 1988 Summer Olympics. Seoul is incredibly dense in parts, with areas packed with 10 or 20 high-rises, often near rapid transit stations. Despite having a great public transit system, Seoul also has a lot of major roads and highways, and it's expanding more in the suburbs, especially to the south. The car culture here is strong, but the roads also have tons of buses, probably more than anything anywhere else. See, Seoul has two major airports. Incheon, the main international hub, is about 50 kilometers west of Seoul Station on an island near Seoul City. It has 4 runways and handled over 70 million passengers a year before the pandemic. Plus, it offers crazy amenities like several golf courses. Closer to the city center is Gimpo Airport, which mainly handles domestic flights with 2 runways and about 25 million passengers annually, similar to Vancouver Airport. The city also has several major railway stations that serve as hubs for high-speed rail, regional, and urban services. Some of the key ones include Yongsan, Seoul Station, Cheongnyangmi, north of the Han River, and Yeongdeungpo, and Susei, south of the Han River near the Yeouido and Gangnam business districts. So, those are most of the main spots. Seoul and Incheon's urban subways, along with various suburban rail lines typically run by Korea's National Railway, and light metro lines connect different neighborhoods and destinations seamlessly. New urban rail projects almost always include platform screen doors, and most stations in Seoul's rapid transit system have public restrooms, Wi-Fi, and 5G service. These amenities make Seoul's metro not just one of the most accessible and best connected in the world, but also a pleasure to use. In Seoul, urban subway lines run on the right with a 1500-volt DC overhead power system and a top speed of 80 kilometers per hour. On the other hand, core rail lines run on the left with 25 kilovolt AC electrification, reaching speeds up to 110 kilometers per hour. All conventional steel-wheeled rail lines in Seoul use standard gauge tracks. The metro network forms the core of rapid transit in the city, with large trains, frequent service, and dense stops. While some lines extend into the suburbs, they primarily operate within the dense urban core. Let's talk about the most used line, Line 2. This line is 60 kilometers long with 51 stations, forming a huge central loop within Seoul. It crosses the Han River twice and connects the city's 3 central business districts. Line 2 has 2 branches that work like shuttles, connecting to the main line with shorter trains compared to the longer ones used on the loop. Most Seoul Metro and core rail lines use rail cars that are about 3.1 meters wide and 19.5 meters long, which are similar to but wider than urban trains in Tokyo. Several parts of Line 2 are above ground on elevated viaducts, including the eastern section crossing the Han River, the southwest, and some of the northern branch. The line connects to numerous other urban rail services, the Olympic Park area, and has a slightly higher top speed of 90 kilometers per hour. Line 3 is a 57-kilometer, 44-station line running from the northwest to the southeast, connecting to Suseo Station. Most of the line is underground, but it does come above ground a few times, including when it crosses the river. Line 3 also has through running onto the Korail Ilsan line. However, since it's electrified at 1500 volts DC and runs on the right, it's mostly dedicated to Line 3 trains. Trains on this route are 10 cars long, and like other lines in Seoul and cities like Shanghai, many services end before the terminal in what's called a short turn. Now, the Seoul city government has revealed plans to transform an old train maintenance depot in Yongsan into a bustling international business district. For context, this is what it will look like. As for the highlight, well, it's a massive 100-floor skyscraper and a sky trail connecting high-rises. They're planning to turn around 500,000 square meters of land into the world's largest vertical city, complete with lots of green spaces. The goal is to have this district ready by 2030, with businesses starting to move in during the early 2030s. Meanwhile, construction will kick off in the second half of 2025. This new compact city will be designed for convenience, combining work, leisure, and housing all within walking distance. Do you think Seoul will be able to achieve this plan? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to this channel.